The MotoGP world is ablaze with controversy following a series of dramatic incidents at Silverstone recently. The focal points include Marc Marquez's multiple crashes and Pecco Bagnaia's unfortunate spill during the sprint race. The performances at Silverstone have heightened scrutiny on Ducati's future strategies, stirring debate within the MotoGP community about the team's choices and the competitive landscape heading into the next season. Enea Bastianini's triumph at Silverstone served as a powerful statement, suggesting that Ducati may have erred in their decision to part ways with him in favor of Marc Marquez. Bastianini expressed that the only way to challenge and change others' opinions is through concrete actions. He believes that his recent victory is a testament to his capabilities and that over time, people will realize and acknowledge that their previous judgments and perceptions were misplaced. By continuing to perform at a high level, Bastianini aims to demonstrate his worth and prove that Ducati's choice to let him go was a mistake. His win at Silverstone not only highlighted his talent, but also reinforced his belief that actions speak louder than words, and that success on the track is the ultimate rebuttal to any doubts about his abilities. Enea Bastianini recently expressed his confusion over Ducati's decision to part ways with both him and Jorge Martin, especially considering their recent performances. Bastianini had a successful weekend, achieving a double victory and reflecting positively on his summer break, which he spent analyzing ways to improve his performance. His hard work paid off, as he managed to secure his first sprint race victory and win the prestigious 75th anniversary Grand Prix. Despite these impressive results, Bastianini remains humble and realistic about his chances in the championship. He acknowledges that while he has made significant strides, he still trails behind the consistency shown by Pecco Bagnaia and Jorge Martin. In the context of Ducati's strategic decisions, Bastianini, along with Martin, has demonstrated superior performance compared to Marc Marquez in recent rounds. Despite this, Marquez was chosen as Bagnaia's teammate for the upcoming season. Bastianini and Martin will have access to the GP24, a machine that Marquez does not currently possess. This situation adds to Bastianini's puzzlement over Ducati's choice to let go of two promising talents. Jorge Martin recently admitted that even without his mistake on the penultimate lap at Silverstone, the result of the race would have remained the same, with Enea Bastianini claiming victory. Martin, who has been seeking his first Grand Prix win since Le Mans, saw Bastianini seize the opportunity to overtake him and secure his second victory of the weekend, having already won the MotoGP sprint on Saturday. Throughout the weekend, Martin struggled to find confidence with the front end of his bike. He revealed that despite making a small step forward on race day, he was still grappling with the setup of his machine. From my side, I didn't feel good confidence with the front all weekend, Martin explained. I struggled quite a lot. Today we did a small step and I think we are still finding our base setup. I don't know why we always change from Saturday to Sunday, but today it was a bit better. Still, I didn't feel 100% and it was moving a little bit. Martin found himself in a better position when riding behind Pecco Bagnaia, but faced difficulties when leading the race. Behind Pecco, I actually felt good, but when I was in front, I struggled to stop the bike. When I saw that Enea was close, I was pushing to keep him behind, but I made this mistake. I think the result would have been the same. Despite this setback, Martin managed to outperform Bagnaia in both races at Silverstone, demonstrating his resilience after the disappointment at Sachsenring. Reflecting on his performance, Martin emphasized the importance of consistency throughout the season. I think that either Sachsenring wasn't that bad, or that here it was, the best day. We need to get a balance from all the season, and I think we are doing an amazing job. The summer break wasn't my best one because I was a bit unhappy for sure, but doing a solid result like this one is fantastic. And second was the maximum. I tried to do a really intelligent race and manage things. The pace was fast and I tried to win until the end, but Enea was catching. I tried to stay with him, but it was impossible to beat him. He was on another level today. Let's try to improve where we need some confidence. Looking ahead, Martin remains focused and optimistic about the upcoming races, particularly in Austria. I am 100% focused on what I can control, he said. I cannot control if someone beats me. If I do my best, I do my best. Today was second. And hopefully, in Austria, it will be a better result. Whatever comes, I will try to enjoy the feeling, and enjoy everything that happens on the track. Martin's determination and positive outlook highlight his commitment to improvement and his ambition to achieve greater success as the season progresses. Marc Marquez experienced a challenging weekend at the British MotoGP, marking what many describe as his worst round of the season with Gresini Racing. After crashing out from fourth place in the sprint race on Saturday, Marquez managed to finish fourth in Sunday's Grand Prix. This performance saw him concede third place in the MotoGP standings to Enea Bastianini, who impressively won both the sprint and the Grand Prix. Neil Hodgson of TNT Sports highlighted the struggles Marquez faced, noting his inconsistency during practice sessions, frequent mistakes, and crashes, including the significant one during the sprint race. Hodgson observed that Marquez never seemed comfortable on his Ducati throughout the weekend. There were moments where he showed flashes of his old self, particularly in his aggressive braking. However, he consistently missed the apexes and lost ground on the exits. According to Hodgson, Marquez's riding style reverted to his Honda days, which proved ineffective on the Ducati. Throughout Sunday's race, Marquez spent a significant portion in fifth place before overtaking Alex Espargaro in the latter stages. Although he closed in on Pecco Bagnaia, who finished third, Marquez ran out of time to challenge for a podium spot. Despite the difficulties, Marquez praised his team for their hard work and efforts over the weekend. They started with their base setup but found themselves significantly off pace, which they struggled to understand. Step by step, however, they made progress and Marquez felt increasingly comfortable. By the race day, he was closer to the top competitors, particularly in the first 10 laps. As the tyres wore down, Bastianini and Jorge Martin maintained their speed, while Bagnaia was not far off. Marquez was content with his fourth-place finish, despite missing out on another fourth in the sprint race. He acknowledged a long battle with Espargaro had cost him valuable time that could have been used to challenge the podium trio. He cited issues with acceleration and a small mechanical problem that affected his performance, but he managed to compensate by making passes in corners where acceleration was less critical. At the halfway point of the MotoGP season, with 10 rounds completed and 10 remaining, Marquez has yet to secure a victory in either a sprint or a Grand Prix on his new Ducati machine. He has now slipped to fourth in the standings, trailing championship leader Jorge Martin by 62 points. Despite the setbacks, Marquez remains the fastest rider on the year-old Ducati, often competing alongside factory bikes. Reflecting on his half-season, Marquez acknowledged making some mistakes, attributing some to the process of adapting to a new bike and others to human error. Nevertheless, he expressed enjoyment in riding the Ducati, consistently finishing in the top 5 positions and often being the top performer on the GP23 bike. He remains optimistic about maintaining this performance and continuing to challenge the newer 2024 models in the second half of the season. Keep warming up your engines. See you at the next race.